Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be discussing TennoCon 2022. I'm going to be sharing my experience regarding the upcoming content and the news, and in return, I'm going to be asking for yours. There is a lot that went down at TennoCon, a lot of exciting news and some concerning news as well. We're going to go through everything. Please bear in mind that this is going to be straight off the cuff. I don't have a general script, I just have a couple of bullet points, some things I want to get through. So again, it is important, this is a conversation between us. Let me know in the comment section down below what are your feelings on TennoCon and all of the discussed subjects. So let's begin with the elephant in the room, or in this case there will be two elephants in the room. We knew we were getting the Duviri Paradox. This was obvious from the get-go. We saw the gameplay demo, and from a subjective standpoint it looks fantastic. I cannot wait to get in it, but what Duviri Paradox is essentially another open world adventure. Apparently with a heavy emphasis on a roguelike element. Every single day we're going to be able to have like a roguelike adventure in the Duviri Paradox, and that's absolutely fantastic. It's a brand new element to Warframe, and I'm looking forward to that. We get horse, yes, we finally get horse, and the horse looks like it's tri-dimensional, like it phased into one dimension, and the back portion of it's from another dimension, because the other comparison would be to like, dude, it's like undead and whatnot. I think it's called a cave, and we're gonna be able to get multiple caves, even though that, from what I understood, and I may be wrong on this one, it's not necessarily gonna be moddable. There will be multiple versions of the cave, so do bear that one in mind. There's a heavy emphasis on the drifter. Before TennoCon was live, I was one of the lucky ones to be invited to a press event, and during that press event we also had the opportunity to ask a couple of questions. So needless to say, we knew a little bit ahead of time kinda what was coming with TennoCon. Not everything, just some of the stuff. Now, one of my questions towards Megan was, are we gonna be playing the Duviri Paradox entirely with the drifter, or are we gonna be transitioning to Warframes? Because the demo itself that you get to see is heavily emphasized on the drifter, running around doing all these roguelike things, which is fantastic, but that can create a little bit of confusion in the sense that, you know, this is Warframe. Are we playing with Warframes? Yes, we are gonna be playing with Warframes, and that's absolutely fantastic. I think there was another question like, look, the whole world looks black and white, and that's cool and thematic and all whatnot, but is it gonna turn back to normal? And they did say that at the end of the quest something will happen, might happen, but I think my memory is a little bit foggy on that one, so don't take my word for it. The Duviri Paradox to me looks absolutely fantastic. It's gorgeous, bellissima, and all of that good stuff, and I cannot wait to sink my teeth into it. But again, at its core, it's another open world. Another one of my questions was, and I quote, past the initial quest and discovery of Duviri, what gameplay content does Duviri bring? And while I don't remember the entire answer, essentially we're gonna be getting bounties like you see from other open worlds, so I'm guessing they borrowed a whole lot of already implemented systems, so you can expect mostly the same kind of adventure, which again, for me, at least on a personal level, is pretty good. Now, before TennoCon, I asked you guys, what are you most excited for TennoCon? And a lot of you said, listen, I don't want an open world again, simply because we already got plenty, okay? We got 1, 2, 3, I get the recipe, it's cool, it's nice, but we want something else. And the second elephant in the room, of course, is gonna be crossplay and cross-save. By the way, I gauge the community's feeling simply based on comments, reactions, Discord community, and all of that good stuff. A lot of you guys were more interested in crossplay and cross-save. And there's good news. Even though crossplay and cross-save was not ready for TennoCon 2022, they are getting close to it, in the sense that on July 29th there will be a synchronizing event where BattleKit will bring the same inventory for everybody. Essentially, we are getting closer to cross-play. Cross-save, not so much from what I understood, but hopefully by the end of summer, we're going to be able to see at least cross-play. So that's good news. I would have loved to see something a bit more, well, you know, graphic, considering that TennoCon 2021 had this whole graphic presentation. Then on the other hand, what exactly could you show? On the topic of Warframe Mobile, because this one kind of ties in as well, from what I understood, it is available and it's currently being tested with the friends of family of the developer Digital Extreme. So that's where we stand on Warframe Mobile as well. Getting past that, we also are going to be getting a brand new Warframe, like you would expect from TennoCon. We're going to be getting a wolf Warframe, not a werewolf. During the press event, Megan really stressed this one out. It's not a werewolf necessarily, it is a wolf. And the reason why they stress this out is because, and I quote, fact checkers might go back and forth and say, hey, it's not a werewolf because it doesn't do this, this, and that. Nitpickers and all whatnot. What we do know, we are getting a Warframe, and the concept art was done by Joe Mad or Joe Madureira. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this artist's work. He's an absolutely insane artist. I love his work. I'm a big fan of Darksiders 1 and 2, and Joe Mad is responsible for the Darksiders franchise. So if you want to know his style, that's his style, which is absolutely insane. Now, I wanted to know more about the Warframe because obviously this is something that the community has been asking for a pretty significant amount of time. And I think my question was like, yeah, can the Warframe shapeshift get down on all four, or is it the standard biped formula? Because my hope was that, hey, finally we're getting out of the whole biped formula, finally we're getting something totally different. But no, it will be the same biped formula. Mega did go on to say that she will have something akin to Nidus. You know how Nidus like transforms a little bit? Apparently the Warframe will have something like that as well. But not a full-on shapeshift. And damn it, I think it's such a missed opportunity. Would have been so cool if he could like go down on all fours and run faster, or maybe even carry a Tenno on his back or something of the sort. So that's pretty much it for the Warframe. Of course, right now in the game, you guys can go and get Korra Prime. That was a surprise. Korra Prime and her weapons was essentially launched during TennoCon, which is absolutely fantastic. You can start farming Korra Prime. Her secondary, I forgot what, Hysterix, that's it, the Hysterix Prime, and of course the I don't know, the Dual Swords Prime. I see a couple of guys already saying that the weapons are quite nice, so I can't wait to get into that. What else we got? Oh, Titania Deluxe skin. You guys wanted the Titania Deluxe skin, which is awesome for quite some time, and the Titania Deluxe skin is currently available in-game. You can grab it with some plat if you got the plat. What else was there? Oh yeah, I want to talk a bit more about the press event. We had a very, very good question from somebody. Let me see. Now I want to read this one word for word simply because it was put very nicely. In the 2022 community survey at the start of the year, over 70% of the responses really wanted raids trials to come back. Is there any chance we'd see one for Duviri? And in short, the answer was negative. So sadly, we are not getting a traditional style raid. However, Megan did hint that we're going to be getting something. Perhaps an encounter, perhaps with the dragon. This is speculation at this point. So there you go. Unfortunately, still no raids, and if there's one thing that Warframe does not have, it doesn't have an endgame. And that's a problem. If you're a newer player coming into the game, that shouldn't be much of a concern simply because there's a lot of content for you to go through. There's a lot of accumulation to be had. There's a lot of collecting in Warframe, but an actual endgame per se, we do not have, and it doesn't seem like this update will fix that either. Perhaps Warframe will never ever have an endgame. Oh, and there's one more thing which I want to talk about. Veilbreaker, the breaker of the veil and all whatnot. Now this involves everybody's favorite Call. What was it, 472, 46, something like that. I love Call, you love Call, everybody loves Call. And these saw that, so they're doubling down on Call. We're going to be getting the Veilbreaker update, or is it the Voidbreaker? Hold on. Veilbreaker update coming soon to all platforms, and I cannot wait for that. I mean, it's more Call. Call with a jetpack. How can you not be excited about Call with a jetpack? And that's legitimately fantastic news. I cannot wait to play this thing. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but hey, it's more Call, so it can't possibly be bad. And the last topic which I want to tackle, Soulframe. Soulframe, my friends, a brand new game from Digital Extremes. Keep in mind that this is not supposed to be some kind of sequel to Warframe, not at all. Soulframe is supposed to be a sister game to Warframe, and apparently it's got a heavy emphasis on melee combat, and it's gonna be a whole lot slower than Warframe. Now you gotta bear in mind a couple of things. First of all we got to go on is this trailer. And this trailer, and judging by a trailer, if you can judge by a trailer, the melee combat kinda looks something like the Soul series or Elden Ring or something of the sort. It's kinda got that whole vibe and feeling. But you gotta take away the following. It's a free-to-play action hybrid MMORPG. And no, I do not know what's a hybrid MMORPG. These genres get more kooky all the time. But again, free-to-play action MMORPG. That's what you gotta take away from this. Now, saying that this game is gonna be a whole lot slower is a bit unappealing to me, simply because of what makes Warframe Warframe. And the reason, well, one of the reasons I play Warframe is the super fast and satisfying action combat system, the parkour system that was inspired by us, the community. That's something that makes Warframe unique and no other game has. It's one of the reasons I play Warframe and not something else like Destiny, for example. Even though there are other games which have other qualities to them, Warframe has that parkour system which makes everything so smooth and satisfying. Judging by this, this doesn't have that, and that's a bit of a concern. But let's get one thing straight. There's no way in hell that I'm not excited about a brand new game from my favorite developer, so I can't wait to get my hands on this thing when it will be available. Again, we're talking about the start of development. We don't really know anything for certain right now. Now, what's got a whole lot of fans wound up is the fact that the studio decided to move the creative director Steve Sinclair over to Soulframe. Not only Steve, but Jeff and Scott as well. So some of the big guns moving from Warframe to Soulframe. The role of creative director, however, will not be empty. It will be assumed by Miss Rebecca Ford. If you don't know who Rebecca Ford is, she is Space Mom, she's the Lotus, and apparently she's been doing the job of creative director for a couple of months, so she's already down with it. And of course, the community boss position, I forgot what it's called, community super boss position will be assumed by DE's own Megan, so do bear that one in mind. It does not mean they're abandoning Warframe. I saw a whole lot of opinions along these lines, but it is true, it would be an educated guess to say that Warframe will probably slowly be phased out, probably lulled into maintenance mode as Soulframe becomes more and more relevant. It is indeed an educated guess because these are the steps normally a developer takes when they have something big coming out which is fresh and new. And you know what? Perhaps we need something big, fresh and new at the end of the day, because if you like it or not, Warframe has been losing popularity and players for the past 4 years constantly. All you gotta do is take a look at Steam charts or Google Trends. It's a slow descent. Unfortunately, it's not a slow upward beat for Warframe. And that's the honest truth. Honestly, I'm in two minds about this. I want to play Soulframe. This looks awesome. I cannot wait for a brand new game. But I'm also worried for Warframe as well. Especially considering that a whole lot of us consider that the updates coming to Warframe have been slowing down. And we're always clamoring, hey, new content, new content, new content. We want new content. We want more of it, more often. With the creative director and a couple of other of the main devs moving over to another project or being moved over to another project, what does that mean for Warframe updates? Yes, it is a little bit concerning, but my friends, sometimes things change. It's as simple as that. You gotta embrace change and move with it. You can't get stuck in the past. That's my 2 cents on it. Let me know what do you think in the comment section down below. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it to TennoCon 2022. And I'll be honest with you, I could not attend. I could have not watched TennoCon. I didn't get to watch it live. I saw the recordings later on. One thing that I did forget to mention is that Steve and Rebecca have open letters to the community. You can find them over on the official Warframe forums if you want to have your mind be set at ease. Que sera, sera, my friends. Whatever will be, will be. The future is not ours to see. So it's best to embrace it because it's coming regardless. Getting back to the trailer for one more second, however, I gotta be honest with you. If this didn't have the Digital Extremes named attached to it, I mean strictly the trailer, then I wouldn't really be interested because it looks like your average, mundane, run-of-the-mill RPG trailer. Unfortunately, I don't think they did a fantastic job of wowing us in the sense that, wow, that looks awesome. I don't feel it's all that special for a 2022 game trailer. Again, I'm interested, I'm excited for it, but that's just because it's Digital Extremes. If it didn't have that tag on it, I wouldn't really be paying much attention to it. Now, I'm just one man, and that's just one man's opinion, so I want to know what you think. How do you feel about TennoCon 2022? Are you excited about all the brand new features, about Duviri, about the new frame, about all the fantastic additions that are coming to Warframe? Are you more excited for Soulframe, a brand new game from Digital Extremes, which follows a different path, but is a sister game to Warframe? Or are you concerned for the future of your favorite game? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, my name has been Leyzar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe only if you enjoy the content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!